Hello and welcome back to another Tonto video. In today's one, we're at the TMNT, the Mutant Nation, issue number 6. And this issue, it was surprisingly good. I mean, I know that in my preview video, I was going on about saying that like, some of this stuff, it looks good, but I know somewhere along the lines is going to be crap, but surprisingly it wasn't. But at the same time, there isn't really too much I can really add to this video than what I didn't add on to like the preview video, just because most of what I said there is pretty much what I'm gonna be like going over again today in this one, but like with some little extra added stuff. But like for the most part, there isn't really too much I can really talk about for this issue. So yeah, okay. So for the main story, we do get to see Big Rock's Day. They're going to Las Vegas. Oh boy. And yeah, so they're going to this boxing match, and they want to see a boxer because he was their hero, one which they grew up on, and all that kind of stuff. And during this fight, he unfortunately loses to a new guy. So Big Rocksteady decided to go up to the arena and actually try and do something about it, trying to scare the guy into like submitting and giving up his title and all that kind of stuff. However, due to all this, they unfortunately revealed themselves to actually be mutants, and then they just like chased out of Vegas. I mean, there was one cool page where I do get to see a bunch of other characters from the whole universe, just like Mona Lisa, Old Top, Raph in prison, Casey at a bar, a lot of stuff which I don't think for like many people, they're probably going to look at this page and be like, oh, it's, you know, they're going on about the burn bit, but I mean, if you're like reading it as like a super fan who's been with this universe for quite a while, it is quite nice to know that they're acknowledging the timeline and getting everything right with all that kind of stuff. It's really great to see that they'll like at least have some sort of timeline here. The only problem with it is the fact that this issue came out, well, like 9 issues later after most of these events have already happened, so, you know, it's a little bit annoying, but, well, it is what it is. But I really enjoyed this page just for like giving us a look into like what these characters were doing and all that kind of stuff. It was great. I just wish we got to see a little bit more of this. But then after that, we get to see Big Rocksteady going on go-karts or like racing cars, going down the R1. Somehow they joined the racing ring. I don't know what to really say to that. And somehow they win. I mean, anything happens in Vegas, but by Christ, did they really take that to a whole new meaning. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to really say to this. I just love it. It's just, well, it's Big Rocksteady in Las Vegas. I don't think you could get much clearer than this. Just them driving around the streets in race cars and running a race, running a race and all that kind of stuff, and making a lot of people really angry because they lost a lot of money. Just great. I mean, it just screams Big Rocksteady in Las Vegas, and that's just perfect. And then they decide to try and escape the city by going to the airport. But this when they do find the 2 boxers, they actually stage the whole boxing thing. And this one, you get to see Big Rocksteady, they decide to just punch him in the face, and somehow it explodes the car. And I do like how in the actual issue itself, they do acknowledge this by saying, oh, did we actually do that? I mean, I like how they just don't really care about the logic and science behind all of it, and they're just going along with it. I mean, yes, sod it, why not? I mean, you can't really explain it, it just happens, but again, at the same time, it's Big Rocksteady in Las Vegas, what would you expect? I mean, as stupid as this story was and crazy and just not what I expected from this one, it was everything which I wanted it to be and a whole lot more for just being Big Rocksteady in Las Vegas. I feel like this is just a really good fun issue. But yeah, I mean, other than that, there wasn't really too much to it. It was great. I loved a bit with the other characters, but oh boy, it's just Big Rocksteady in Las Vegas. There's nothing else you can really say to that other than just that. And then for the backup story, which was one which I was quite interested in for quite a bit, just because this one we're seeing like Lita, she's coming back, and she's writing a letter to Jenica saying how she's mad about everything that's happened, because after she got demutated, she went up to live with April's parents in Northampton, and she's just saying that she feels really lonely, everyone's not really talking to her and all that kind of stuff. And we could see like she's still doing the training, she's now got a pink ninja mask and that kind of stuff. And because she feels like really lonely, isolated, and all that kind of stuff from everyone, like even like people in a town, or even her family, or so-called family, and all that kind of stuff, she decides to leave, and she just goes down to the actual town itself. So she didn't go that far, and then she's doing some like ninja training in the park, and she sees a kid, and he's like, "Oh, I want to play ninja," and she's like, "Nah, I'm doing ninja for real." So then he eventually comes in contact with another mutant, which is a mutant goose, I think it is, or mutant geese, or something like that. And he goes on to say that, you know, I was once there in Mutant Town with the clubs and that kind of stuff. I started all that kind of stuff. However, because of everything, people leave and that kind of stuff. So now I'm coming back home and I'm gonna retire and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I'd say that like it was like a decent bit, because it just goes on to say that like even though she's like not with like the other turtles, she still feels like she's part of the family because of all the stuff which taught her and told her about with the family kind of things, which I thought was quite nice to really see that she really does feel like she's like more part of that family than her own family. And all I've got to say to that is, why didn't they try to track down like Lita's real family? That's my only real question about all of this, because I would have thought that now that she's human, they will try to track down her, you know, the kid. Or maybe at the very least, maybe the real parents will try to track down Lita because they can get access to Mutant Town and that kind of stuff. But no, they're just taking away her from like an actual family. So I've got a feeling that no one's helping her whatsoever, and she's only making delusions for herself now. So yeah, she's gonna be screwed. And then after that, she does go back to the house with April's mum. And she just leaves a letter on the door with all the other letters for the other people. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the actual story. I mean, this was the story which I was thinking that was going to screw up the most. And I'll say that while the story it didn't screw up anything really, I was hoping for a little bit more. But at the same time, I don't know what they could have done differently. And I feel like this story did like a really good job of just doing everything that it needed to do and a little bit more. But at the same time, I feel like with Lita's character as a whole, she just feels like she's in like a weird place where she's like new enough to do stuff at the same time. Because I want to go in a new direction with everything, she's going to be a forgotten character. So they're trying to put her in there, trying, you know, at least say that she's doing this. But in reality, she's more or less cancelled really, which is really disappointing because she was a decent character and now I'm doing this? Ah well. But yeah, I'd say that overall for these two stories, they were just what I would have expected from these kind of stories and a little bit more. I mean, nothing really stands out, but like it was a really fun issue, and I feel like if you're a fan of these like universe of these characters, then this is definitely going to be an issue for you. But at the same time, I don't know, something about I just feel like because of how they do stuff in Mutant Nation series, this is also going to be another issue which I feel like is either like you're really loving and going to be all in with this one, or you're just gonna try and skip it as much as possible. But yeah, oh boy. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's going for today, guys. If you didn't, please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.